Okay, we will move on. Manuelito, Mr. Davidson, Mr. Manuelito, here we go. Okay, Mr. Manuelito.
Hakushila yat panel adet and I so tangi in dot bandal nishigi. Ado kudon kilchitaho eokwen hakai. From each area chapter de Shea Milton Davidson Yinshia. Halso in Shlon. Sana Pelin Shlon Halso Basishin. Akut Ayan the Nenshla. And I'm a chapter president down at Manuelito Kionjon has Anja. I'm going on 28 years being a chapter president down at Manuelito. Joe Ba'akwinson, our people, our elderlies, our young people, our kids. Eben nacha eya kwai din daso angi. I really appreciate it. I have a chart here with me, and I know that I gave one to Mr. Patero already. He visited our chapter. But Kodogi eya in dot. They maintain 3 roads for us. In 7512, in 7513, in 7511. Those 3 areas are maintained by NDOT. E hasil so atin lingi nakaya atahalya. Winter, spring, summer. Ado kuna eya we're asking more addition to this 50-mile radius ninge or 50-mile no. So we passed a resolution on this already, and we're asking for 5 more areas that are in need off-road. Ado McKinley County, we work with McKinley County, and we have 12 roads that they maintain for us. Some right-of-ways are completed, although some we're still working on it. So, McKinley County. The other one is NDOT. Maintained it, but we need to work on these consent form. These are tribal trust land. La na Queensland Ada. The ne has sani dayana o kahos saying that deed out anahoti hat ninda. But the thing is the land kaya ayo achibada niche do nuwe edo ta ajda bagangi khudat no that needs to stay out. We need to help these families. Ahat ahoda koyat elbeta atin dole. I know we talk about youth from Head Start all the way to college. So I'm just asking if NDOT can extend our 50-mile Nasuna. Adoti senior planner Lingi for Eastern Agency. Eastern Agency. I know that we used to work with several planners here from NDOT. Sometime I asked this question at Eastern Agency Council. It not Mr. Silversmith. No. So ado eben so we haven't met with this person. So it's very important that whoever is the planner needs to go out to these chapter. They need to go out there, whatever question that we have are in need, they need to be there. So the land status that we have allotments, private land, state land, so we try our best to work with these land departments. So auto right-of-way, right-of-way consent, right-of-way for BIA, we did a right-of-way in Manuelito Canyon, 12 miles ago. And there was like 12 allotments and maybe 6 tribal trust land. One day we decided to put this on the air, and the chapter paid for this announcement, $3,000 to put it on the air for a week. And we touch all these people in Manuelito Canyon, the landowner. One day we decided to say, BIA, help us out, bring all the consent. So we had a table, all the consent out of these people, landowner. They came around and they got their signatures and they were all happy about it. See, that's how you work. You deal with all these consent. So that's been done. So we really appreciate Manuelito Canyon, even Bridge, So with your land clepsy, land use planning, although chapter official, the administration, how you work together. Sa a chapter official do administration do sa ro kisandal na so ayot and then kiesla. If you work together as a team, yes, so it is kudoma na oshkato lechet kon shilkas adon Manuelito, and I appreciate the Navajo Nation for blading the road for us a team. Nakaba ada hosniado kaigo da snow dan habik eda sigi ba san. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Packets were put together, and I believe out of everyone that's up there, just one doesn't have a packet. Who's talking to Tom Platero right now? Yeah. So I'm Percy Anderson. I'm the chapter secretary treasurer for Manuelito, and I put these packets together for all of us here. And the front page is just a synopsis of all the resolutions that are attached. For the 15-mile road inventory, has a resolution number. Arroyo crossings that we're asking the NDOT to assist us on, there's a resolution number. And then Saytata Canyon Road, there's a resolution number. And Wilson and Company did the report on this one. And so we just need to work on the right-of-way. Other than that, it's construction ready. And then Manuelito Canyon Road, this one is shovel ready. And so McKinley County has the right-of-way on that. So we're asking for Saytata, Manuelito Canyon, if NDOT can assist us to advocate for us for federal stimulus dollars with the U.S. Department of Transportation. And then so all the information is there in the packet. And then the other thing I just wanted to quickly mention is that we are working with Council of Governments in Gallup. We've identified 4 bridges, and they're working with NDOT here on that. And then also we're working on a rural addressing to get signs for all the roads at Manuelito. And then we recently went before the county commission, and they approved a MOU for all the roads that are maintained by McKinley County. So, and then the last thing is I need to work with your planner so we can get all the county road numbers the same between NDOT and the county roads. So that is it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good morning again, everyone. On the request for more than 15 miles, we're revisiting that. We need to get together with the roads department, but I also think that 15 miles is a little bit on the low side. So once that a decision is made on that, it also, we're working on the 11 yards. And one of the things that we're taking a look at is there's multiple agreements that are sitting out there, yeah. We have agreements with the county. BIA has agreements with the county. County has agreements with us. We're trying to reconcile all of those ones. So we need to account for the funds that are going to the county they're covering with those miles, those funds. So we have to take that back against the chapter request that comes in. So right now that we're trying to update the county agreements, county Joya, beso Tanghoyoke. We want to maintain these roads, but it comes at a cost. So those we're trying to factor in as far as the how many miles we're going to allocate per chapter. Jakoja County, Aidabaj is Laya, and then we have money on this side. So we're funding it twice now. So all of that, we have to reconcile all of those ones. So right now we've updated, there's a cost associated with the agreement with Apache County, San Juan, New Mexico, San Juan, Utah, San Juan, New Mexico wants money. Sandoval County has a certain amount of dollars associated with it. So we're trying to get all of those ones figured out how much the cost is going to be, because that comes off the top of the budget, yeah. So one of the things, Mr. R. Daniel takes care of our contracts, but we're trying to get help for the section. So we have a new contract analyst that's starting, I believe, in 3 weeks. And then we have a new manager for administration that we're going to assign those contracts to. And she started, this is her second day. So we're trying to reconcile all of these expenses that are out there. Once that calculation is done, then we'll adjust what the per chapter mileage is. Because those chapters that receive money up front for maintenance will be adjusted to reflect the chapters that don't have county support get. Does that make sense? So we're trying to get all of those ones together. But I agree with you, 15 is on the low side. If we have an $8 million budget for maintenance, 15, 4 times, that's 60. 60 times the 110, that's 6,000, 7,000 miles a year. So when you reverse that against the 8, it's really a low mileage. So we're going to re-examine that again, factoring in what's happening with the agreements that are going to be there. The other one is on the, I believe that just closed, didn't it, Leanne? The planner for Eastern. We have a new planner that's she's going to be starting on May 20. So they'll have a regular planner thing. A planner for Shiprock. Amanda, can you stand up? She joined us from Veterans. She's been really patient with us because we were working on doing her paperwork to get paid. I always thought that when people say that it took this long to get her first paycheck, I really acknowledge Amanda because she stuck it out with us. We finally got the reclassification done, her paperwork is submitted, and so we're all very appreciative that she decided to come join us. So those are the adjustments that you have to do, yeah. So those of you that have done a PCQ, you know how long that takes to reclassify a position. So she joined us in and she started with us. So we're glad that we have the planner there. Chinley has Marco. I think he stepped in and he stepped back out. Chinley, and then Western is supposed to be advertised. We had an individual that was wanting to come work with us, but they wanted remote work. And we told them that we can't do that because the planner has to be in the communities. And so she withdrew her acceptance of that position because she wanted to work her own hours. She wanted to work from her house. She wanted to, and I was like, no. Chapters expect you to be out there. And so that was how that one fell through. So that's Western. Chinley's taken care of. Fort Defiance is going to have someone start. Shiprock has somebody. And I believe Crown Point just closed, so that's where we are with the planner situation. But we did get we are working with Leanne to make sure that all of those hires take place. Anything else that I missed? Oh, the other one is Mr. Bradley. We excuse him from these sessions because he's working on your bridge projects. We're trying to prioritize all of those ones. The first 10 and then the second 15, I believe. McKinley County is asking for 25 bridges. They're trying to get a waiver, but it's kind of difficult to do because if you, my position is if you give the waiver to somebody, then you have to give the waiver to everybody. Then what's the sense of having all these rules in place? You, um, Net Hawk, Owens. I'm sorry, I remember back 2010 that people get married. I forget. But she started back with us. She's out on taking care of some medical things, but she's now going to be adding in people. We got our first referral for an environmental person, and so she also has Raylita. So she's Raylita was the only one in that department. So we triple our personnel in that section. But we are also looking at additional positions in there that's going to, I believe, have 7 staff in the clearance section of it. So that was one of the questions that came up yesterday was, we used to have our own staff that could do all these clearances. So we're setting all of those ones up. And then the other part of it we're going to be trying to set up is I want to create a records position inside the compliance section so that all of the data for right-of-way, all of the environmental reports are all located in one place so that if roads needs to take a look at it, it's there. Project management needs to take a look at it, it's there. If it's all in one place. So we're going to be creating a database within the next year to make sure that we can access all that information at some point later on. So those are some of the things that we're working on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Patero. And for those of you that just came in from chapters, you have an agenda before you, and we're going in accordance to that. So I do see Klagato that came in, and we're addressing, chapters are addressing their concerns and their transportation issues at this time.
I have one comment here. Sedata Canyon Road. Priscilla Lee's the project manager on that project. We just received $2.5 million New Mexico Indian Affairs funds. So we're working with Wilson Company out there also. We're working with McKinley County. We're going to give this money to McKinley County, and they're going to go ahead and do the construction. You're right, it's shovel ready, but we got about $2.5 million ready for the work. So we're going to do IGA with McKinley County exhibit and provide this money to the county, and they'll be doing the work.
Leanne, can you go through the process of updating the routes that chapters are asking for road maintenance, the 15, the current 15, the process?
Okay, so again, my name is Leanne Roy with Transportation Planning Department Manager. So with the regional route, came about back in 2009, 2010, where the council wanted chapters to have 15 miles per chapter. So we allowed ourselves to come out to each chapter, 110 chapters. So each year it gets difficult where we get new officials and they start to change their regional route. So with Manuelito Chapter, I noticed we don't have, so thank you for your packet. This will update our regional route. So the last I knew, we only had 2 routes, and I think it was 4.8 miles that was still lacking, but it looks like you're up to 15 with 4 routes. So with those, what we do is the chapter gets to pick their own regional routes. You get to pick from a BIA route, you get to pick from a tribal route. But the routes that you pick have to be in the road inventory. Just because Federal Highway funds those maintenance monies. So if you are allowed to go in and rechange your 15 miles, but do keep in mind that if you change it from 2009, all that effort that was put in 2024 all goes away, meaning we might have to do all the NEPA clearances, and we do understand how long archaeological clearances take, but just keep that in mind. So with the 15 miles, once we visit, and we are currently visiting all chapters with the planners that I do have, going out, seeing if these are still the same 15 miles, and again, you can change them. So I did hear there was a route, there was a family down a road. You can remove one of your regional routes and put that route on also. If there's just so make sure it's in the inventory. That's the very first thing. We got to make sure it's in the inventory. And then after that, and then we push it over to roads department. And they do a quarterly blading schedule. They follow what the chapters ask for. So we do try our best to accommodate every chapter, 110 chapters. So resolutions, if you feel like you need to update your resolutions, those we do have also. So please send us copies. Everything starts with transportation planning. Thank you.